Hey, this is Mel from Not My Way Guitar, also known as howtoplayguitars.com, howtoplayguitars.com. I just want to explore a concept that I saw somebody asking about in a online forum, and this is a pretty heavy concept. This is not for beginners by any means. This is for more advanced players. I'm assuming at this point you've studied intervals, you've studied harmony theory, music theory, quite effectively and extensively, and are at least advanced intermediate or intermediate advanced. So the later part of your intermediate, so there's beginner intermediate, middle intermediate, advanced intermediate, or beginner advanced area of playing. Like you have to have some knowledge to understand what I'm talking about here. But I'm going to talk about diminished chords. So there was a question about this, and this is one of my favorite concepts. I love this. I actually got this from Martino. And one of the things about diminished chords is they're based on diminished triads. Okay, so usually that's the seventh chord in a major scale harmonic progression. So usually the first chord in a major progression is usually like in the key of C, okay? Usually it's major, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major or G7, A minor, and then the last one is B diminished. But the diminished chord in the major actually only goes up to the fifth. Beyond the fifth, they actually get in something called half diminished, because in this case it would have, so if you build the notes on top of each other, you'd have B, D, F, and then A in thirds. So you have B, D, F, and A. B, D, F, and A. Try that as a stretch. That's a mean stretch, but B, D, F, A, okay? That's a half diminished. Fully diminished actually is going to go to the seventh. It's actually going to go to an A flat. This comes from the minor scale. So C major doesn't have A flat. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C minor has A flat. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. So, or even if you do harmonic minor, C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B, C, okay? Regardless, okay? And that's actually a better example because you need that for this chord, B diminished, okay? It has an A flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat. Here's your A flat plus the B, okay? Fully diminished chord based on B, okay? So in that case, it would be the seventh note on the C minor scale, specifically harmonic minor. I'm building it off of that, okay? That's the first part of just understanding where a diminished chord comes. It comes from actually from fully diminished to the seventh actually comes from the minor scale, specifically harmonic minor. Okay, so you have to get that far. The next thing to realize is really diminished chords are minor thirds stacked on top of each other. For instance, in that B minor, B fully diminished chord, I've got these notes: B, D, F, and A flat. So B to D is a minor third. Half step is a minor second, whole step is a major second, and then one more half step. So 1, 2, 3 half steps is a minor third. So B to D is a minor third, and then F to A flat is a minor third. Notice also within the diminished chord, you have an automatic, you have that tritone automatically between B and F. But anyway, so you get, and that's effectively why they call it the tritone, right? Because there's three notes, B and minor third apart between the B and the F. Okay, so B, D, F, A flat. Okay, and then we'll just repeat itself: B, D, F, A flat, B, D, F, A flat. Okay. Okay. So forth. All right. Anyway. Okay. So a diminished triad, or actually diminished chord up to the seventh, is just minor thirds stacked up on top of each other. Minor third, minor third, minor third. Okay, so that's where I'm getting those notes from. B, D, F, A flat. in this particular arrangement of the notes, you get B, F, A flat, D. Okay, because they're all minor thirds apart, it's actually a symmetrical chord concept. So I can actually go from this, take this chord formation and go up to the D note and get virtually the same thing, an inversion of itself. Now I get D, A flat, B, and F. Same chord, just an inversion. Now I'll go up another minor third to F. Now I get F, B, D, A flat. Go up another minor third. Now I get A flat, D, F, B. Okay, go up another third. Again, I start over just at the higher octave, B, F, A flat, D. Okay, so every minor third is the same chord, just another version of the same chord. All right. Now I can do that, on the neck here too. Okay, let's actually start down here. This is now E flat diminished, but because it's symmetrical, it can also be A diminished, C diminished, or F sharp diminished, because now I have E flat, A, C, and F sharp. Let me just go up. Now I have E, F, C sharp, G. Go up again. I've got my F, B, D, A flat. That was the one I started with earlier, right here. Same chord, just another version. F, B, D, A flat. Now I have F sharp, C, E flat, A. Notice something though. Okay, E flat, A, C, F sharp, C, E flat, A. Same notes, just an inversion, minor third up. Okay. Then I go to start E diminished, B flat diminished, C sharp diminished, or G diminished. But look, we'll just call it E because E's in the lowest part of the chord right here. Okay, go to G, C sharp, E, B flat. Okay, B flat, E, G, C sharp, or D flat, same in harmonic equivalent, I should say. Okay, D flat, G, B flat, E, B flat, D flat, G. It's the same chord again, right? Okay, every minor third. Then I go to the F. I got F, B, D, A flat, D, F, B, F, A flat, D, A flat, B, F, B, D, A flat. By the way, if you don't know the notes like this, you practice it till you can do that. It takes some practice to figure out the notes like that. I might do a tutorial on how to find the notes on your fretboard, but there's already videos about that. You can probably already find that. And this might be available too. I just personally love this concept. I love talking about it. And if this is confusing for you, please let me know so I can improve the way that I explain this. But I've explained this to other students and they've gotten it in the past. So anyway, so every minor third is the same chord inverted, right? Here's the trick. So E flat, go up every minor third. Okay, then go to E, same thing. Okay, then go to F. Okay, I almost missed that one. So every minor third, really all you have is 3 diminished chords. E flat is the same as F sharp, same as A, same as C. E is the same as G, same as B flat, same as D flat. F is the same as A flat, B, or D. So really you just have 3, and all of their inversions. Are you still with me? That's concept 1. Or actually you can see even concept 2. Concept 1 was where it comes from, the minor scale, specifically harmonic minor. Concept 2 is that every minor third, the same notes invert themselves, so you get another inversion of the same chord, but it's the same 4 notes reworked. So any note in the chord, in a diminished chord, can be the root, ultimately. Okay, concept 3. Are you ready for this? Okay, are you still with me? Okay, so now concept number 3. Take a diminished chord anywhere, okay? And I just showed you 2 shapes. I showed you the one here, and I showed you the one here. Okay, we'll start with the one here. Right? This is easiest to understand sometimes on the top 4 strings, D, G, B, and E. Take any note in the diminished chord, lower it by a half step. So I've got F right here. I'm going to lower it down to an E. I'm not sure if you recognize this shape or not. You may if you know your chords on these 4 strings. This is E7, E, B, D, G sharp. I just take F, lower it down. essentially an F diminished chord is an E7 flat 9. Okay, so I just took an F, lowered it down to E, I have an E7 chord. Okay, I'm going to go back to F diminished. Okay, all right, now, another note that I can take out, or I can bring down a half step, is I could bring down the B, okay, to B flat, correct? Okay, now I have a B flat 7 chord. So I had this, I lowered B down to B flat, so I have F, B flat, D, A flat. Look it up. It's an inversion of a B flat 7 chord. It's actually, it's not the first, it's not the second. It's the second, right, because the F is in the bass, the third's in the bass, okay? The third would be the 7th in the bass. Anyway, it's B flat 7, second inversion chord, okay? Okay, we go back to the diminished chord, F, B, D, A flat. Okay, now, here we go. So I changed the F down to E to make E7, the B down to B flat to make B flat 7. Starting to get the concept, and we'll lower D down to D flat. Now I guess guess what I get? D flat 7. Look like this, but here's an inversion. It's the first inversion, the third in the bass. Lower D down to D flat. I got D flat 7. Okay, one more. I'm gonna lower A flat down to, you guessed it, G. Okay. So now I got G7. So essentially, this chord is a G7 flat 9 chord, a D flat flat 9 chord, a B flat 9 chord, or an E7 flat 9 chord. It's 4 different chords. So you can get 4 different dominant 7th chords out of each diminished chord. Now let's think about this. Let's do the math. You've got basically 3 diminished chords. 1, 2, 3. Either E flat, E, or F. Okay, at least in that first position there. Okay, in all of their inversions. Out of each one of those, you can get 4 chords. So you have 3 diminished chords, 4 dominant 7th chords, or even 4 diminished chords. Very similar. 4 times 3 is what? 12. How many notes do we ultimately have in the scale? Not including all the enharmonic equivalent or doubles. Basically 12, right? You've got your 7 white keys and 5 black keys. 12 notes to work with. So 4 times 3 is 12. We've got 4 different diminished chords within 1. 4 different dominant 7th chords within 1, just by moving 1 note down. Okay. Like here, E flat diminished, move the E flat down to D, I get D7, right? Okay. You move the same chord, you move A down to A flat, you get A flat 7. You can find other your chords this way too. It's amazing. All your dominant 7th chords and your diminished 7th chords. It's amazing when you start putting that stuff together. Okay, I could take the C down to B, get B7 chord. First inversion. Okay, then I can do the same thing with the F sharp. Move it down to F, and I get F7, which actually is in the 3rd position, because 3rd position in the sense of it's inversion, isn't it? Or 3rd inversion, sorry. Because it's E flat in the bass. Okay. Regardless, every time you can do this with all the diminished chords. Lower 1 note, you get a dominant 7th chord. You get 4 dominant 7th and 4 diminished chords out of 1 shape. Okay. Again, 3 times 4 is 12. You get all of your notes that way, all of your chords. Can map it up and down the neck. So it doesn't matter where you're at. It can be up here. Okay. B flat 7, you know, or E flat 7. You know, you always have your dominant 7th chords. It can be derived from the diminished chord. Again, that's a Pat Martino concept. Go look it up. You can look up his stuff. He's got tons of stuff out there, both written down and it has some videos out there too. And maybe he explains it better. Maybe I just pointed you in the right direction so you can go get more information from him. I'm fine with that. But that's anyway my thought on diminished chords and their usefulness, where they come from and what we can do with them. It's amazing stuff, especially if you get into jazz, because jazz is largely dominant 7th chords and diminished chords, and there's some other things too. But I mean, it's the 5 to 1. Once you know a 5, once you can, like if I have a G7 chord, that's the 5 in C, right? So the implications are huge. Absolutely huge. The things that you can do with this. I could explain a lot more. I don't want to bore you. I can always do another video on this. Let me know your comments, your thoughts, your questions, and we'll clear them up as we go. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Hopefully that opens some doors, points you in the right direction, so you can learn more about this awesome and interesting concept. Again, this is Mel, originally known as Not My Way Guitar, also now how to play guitars with an S.com. I'm working on it. Be patient with me. I have so much stuff going on. I really need to work on the website more. But anyway, and I'm slowly trying to also download YouTube videos as I go too. And hopefully the quality of those will get better as I go. Anyway, have a great day. Have a great night. Be blessed. Take care. Take care of each other out there. Bye for now.